Captain Marvel is the 21st film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and stars Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, Jude Law, and Ben Mendelsohn. I'm gonna be honest, I liked this film. It's not quite as strong as I would have liked it to have been. There are some flaws, but the parts that work really work. Brie Larson and Samuel Jackson have fantastic chemistry together. I loved Goose. I liked seeing all the stuff going on in space. I liked watching Captain Marvel do her thing. I liked Nick Fury doing his thing. There's a lot here that really works. But there's also some stuff here that doesn't really work. A lot of that comes down to the script. The script is fine, it's just it probably could have used a little bit more tightening. The way that they go into Captain Marvel's origin is kind of refreshing, and it's not like a start at one point and fully a hero's journey kind of thing. It's, you already got a character, she's established, and then she finds out about herself. And yeah, we've seen that kind of thing in other films before, and it's done serviceably here. It's just they probably could have done it a little bit better. We're not entirely clear about who this character is. We get the idea that she was a pilot, and we get the idea that she lives fast and dangerously, and she's, she never gives up and all that stuff that you would expect out of a hero, but we don't really understand anything about her beyond her piloting experience. And that's kind of a shame because I feel like there is an interesting character there. Now, I do read Marvel comics. I'm just not too into Captain Marvel. From what I hear, the Captain Marvel comics are just a mess. And they keep changing the story, and I think they've changed it like 7 times in the past 10 years, which is kind of off-putting, I'll be honest. But I did find myself rooting for Captain Marvel in this film, and that's great. I liked Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. I'm excited to see what she does in Endgame. The beginning of the film is a little bit slow. It took a while for me to really get interested and get invested. Maybe about 20 minutes until I fully got into the film. The rest of the film I was on board with. I enjoyed the majority of this film. It's just those first 20 minutes, like I said, probably needed a rewrite. Visually, there's some pretty neat stuff going on, and it definitely does have, on Earth, some 90s stuff. This takes place in 1995, 1996. And you can kind of tell that they drew a little bit of inspiration visually from 90s films, which is neat. And speaking of the 90s stuff, it doesn't get too in-your-face nostalgic. Yes, there are some references that probably could have been toned down. The Radio Shack and the Blockbuster thing probably could have been trimmed down. They made a whole big point about it, and okay, fine, it's just shorthand for establishing that we're in the 90s, alright. I liked the soundtrack for the film. It had R.E.M., Nirvana, No Doubt, all bands that I really like. But I feel like some of their placement was a little off. There's a fight sequence near the end where they played Just a Girl by No Doubt, and it just doesn't really fit. The energy is not there, and I get what they were going for with the whole feminist thing where, yeah, she is just a girl, and she's doing a great job fighting and being a warrior, and I'm all on board for that kind of stuff. But the song just didn't fit, and I feel like they could have gone with a different song with a similar message to get that point across. On top of that, the visual effects are, in places, pretty decent, pretty solid. And then in other places, it looks pretty bad. There's a number of sequences where Goose the cat is a CGI character because, cats, they don't do anything, so it's kind of hard to get them to act like a dog would be able to. And you can tell that the cat is CGI, and it gave me flashbacks to like 9 Lives or something. The action sequences in this film are fine. When Captain Marvel's doing her thing at the very end, that's all cool. But there are some hand-to-hand combat sequences that are just poorly shot and edited, and there's a lot of whipping around of the camera, and I don't know why Hollywood continues to do that. I get that it's supposed to be more immersive kind of thing where you feel like you're really in this fight, but it just felt jarring. Overall, though, I really enjoyed this film. Again, not my favorite Marvel film, but I will more than likely be adding it to my Blu-ray collection, and I'm going to go ahead and give Captain Marvel a C+. Have you seen Captain Marvel? If you have, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Please keep it civil. Whatever you thought about it, just be polite to each other. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. You can follow me over on Facebook at Mario Benessi YouTube, and I will see you next time.